Hey guys, Ted here. Welcome to my channel. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Alright, what we got going on here is bonus episode 2 and final episode of the Maelstrom playthrough. Now without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right on into this. So go ahead and sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Alright, roll the intro. Hey guys, welcome back. Okay, I decided to go ahead and make a little, I guess, epilogue video to this playthrough series, because when I was going through after finishing up all the recording last night, and after we had gotten those wrappings, those wisp wrapping things, those weaves, and got to that other area where those 3 girls were at, and with a giant, we had to get the giant skull for them, and she gave us a tree branch. And yeah, I was watching that last episode there, and I noticed something when I first entered that area that I had totally forgotten about after we had been in that area and finished up the little things there, and we didn't know what to do with that tree branch. So I have a hunch here, and I'm wondering if that's what this is. So let's see, we had made a save here last night after finishing up that area. Yeah, I was watching the videos, making sure that, you know, audio had remained through the whole thing, nothing had cut out, you know, everything was good before I start editing this all together to get it uploaded. And I noticed something when we got here. So, where are we here? Okay, this is where we came in, was over there. We had put those weaves in, of those 3 sconces, and it made that portal. So I had noticed when we came through and were walking across this thing, that this big tree started coming into focus. It almost looked like it was materializing. I don't know if it was actually materializing or if it was just as we were getting closer, it was coming into better view, but it was kind of like, I don't know, it's just like it was materializing, like it was rezzing in or something. But anyways, I'm wondering, because I was watching as my character had came over here and was doing, well, actually we came this way. And before we went to the right to talk to the girls over there, when we saw them, you know, we had saw that stuff. I had noticed it right here. It looked a little bit light, and it is a little bit light coming right there where I'm pointing. It could be from that or it could be from that, but I wanted to come over here and check, because this is, I believe, I think we made a save after we finished. Yeah, we still have this wood branch. So, and that girl said that we would find out what to do with it, or we'll know how important it is when we find out what to do with it. So, this is lit up in here. A wood branch removed. As I approach the roots, the tree branch starts to glow, and then suddenly vanishes. So, yeah. And oh, there's a sword right there. Take sword. Grimur, the sword of Sigmund added. So that looks to me like it's the same sword that's at the end when you get that horn off of Ran. Okay, yeah, decreases or does increase damage versus trolls, giants, dragons, Draugr, and Norse beings. So maybe, well, actually this one has more damage. It has, looks like 12 more damage. I think the other one was 133 or 132 actually, I believe. So that'd be 13 more damage. So it does a little bit more damage than that one that you get at the end, but I'm pretty sure it does have the same enchantment. I remember reading that on that other one, and I'm pretty sure that's what it was called also, was the Sword of Sigmund. So maybe they're talking about this one being, you know, helpful, because giants, you have to fight that big giant guy. where you had to make that lever and get the hardened bottle to get that iter or whatever. There was that big giant dude that when we first came in, she said don't wake him. They would help against that, against the trolls that we had to fight right here. Dragons, there hasn't been any dragons. There was no dragons in the mod, except for outside, and those were just from vanilla game. Draugr, there was Draugr, but these right here, Norse beings, I bet you it does extra damage to those Norse gods. And, not gods, the Norse drowned, or Norse ghosts, Norse drowned people, and, those girls that are the daughters of Ran or whatever. I don't know if they're considered Norse beings, those Norse, if they're gods or something, but these Norse beings, I don't know if they're considered Norse, but definitely that giant would help with that. The giants here, or the trolls that are, no, those aren't trolls out there, these are giants. So giants, Draugr, and the Norse beings, probably those ghost things that we were having a hard time with. Those they're called just Norsemen. Some of those ghosts were really brutal. So maybe that's why she just went over here. Let's see what she has to say now that we used the branch. Whoa, did you just push me? Verdandi.
These days, it seems there is dread everywhere, whether it be war or dragon. What do you want now? I've already foretold your death.
You foretold my death? I don't remember that.
The struggle is what reminds us to draw breath.
Okay, so it's just...
It's not curiosity, but fate that has led you here.
What do these ones have to say? Erd?
Remember, cures won't change what you've done.
Nothing in there. There's a book right there. Was that book here before? Probably, because it says it's red. It's not glowing, so, you know, it is red, but... well, it's the Blade of Sigmund, so... how long is this? That's not very long. And it was on Signy's wedding day. Wedding day, Signy. We picked up that wreath. Remember that? In that one area. It was behind, where that statue of, I think it was Talos, maybe, back. I don't remember. But we picked up a wedding wreath. And it's still in our inventory. So, anyways, I don't know if that has anything to do with this. And it was on Signy's wedding day when during the feast a strange man appeared, carrying a sword with him. He thrusted the sword into the Ornstork tree that grew in the center of the mead hall and said, "The man that pull out this sword from the trunk shall receive it from me as a gift, and he will find out for himself that he never bore in a hand a better sword than this." So that's kind of like Excalibur type stuff there. Then the strange man, who was the god Odin in disguise, departed, and soon after every man in the hall attempted to pull the sword out of the wood. All failed but Sigmund, brother to Signy, easily extracted it. The sword was an exquisite blade, and King Siggeir became covetous of it. He offered Sigmund 3 times its weight in gold, but Sigmund refused. The king grew angry and plotted to steal the sword from Sigmund, eventually killing his father and capturing him and all his brothers. Sigmund was buried alive with Sinfjorli, but Signy was able to secretly give him back his sword. He first avenged his family and then used the blade in the many battles that followed. But in Sigmund's final battle with King Givi, the sword was broken by Odin himself. It was then when Borghild, wife of Sigmund, took up the 2 halves of the blade and kept them for Sigurd, their son. Okay. So it seems like doing this thing to get the weaves. I was correct. It's not necessary for the the main quest line here to progress, obviously, because we finished this before doing this. We finished the mod, but it was to get some kind of reward. And what you get as a reward is that Blade of Sigmund. Now, I don't know if that's the exact same one at the end of the mod. It's labeled the same and it has the same enchantment, but this one seems to be about somewhere around 13 more damage. Maybe 15. I don't remember exactly what the other one was. It was 130 or 130 something. So it seems to be a little bit stronger if you get it here. I don't know what'll happen now if we have it on us and we go all the way to the end. What blade will be at that place where this one was at? If you just get two, so you can dual wield. I don't know. That's a long way from where we're at right now because we had to go back to an old save to retry this to get those weaves yesterday last night. But yeah, anyways, I think that is probably everything in the mod now. I don't know if I missed anything or not. We went back and we did the weave. That was the only things that was... Oh, it's a statue up there. It was the only thing that was left, I guess you could say, unfinished that I know of. Was we didn't find all those weaves. So we went back last night, found them, and came in here, got this tree branch for her. She said you'll find out what it's used for, whatever it was she said. And then last night when I was watching the footage to make sure everything had recorded correctly and there was no instances where, OBS just shut off. It never has before, but just, overviewing everything before start editing this all up to get it, edited and then uploaded. I noticed when I came across on this last episode, when I came across that bridge there, that this tree just started to materialize. I don't know if it was just rezzing in as I was getting closer, or if it was actually materializing. But I was like, wait a second, we got a tree branch. I guess it was called branch or tree wood or something. And then I had noticed that one little area seemed to be lit up compared to the rest. So I probably would have eventually found it if last night we would have stayed here and just really scoured this whole area. But I went and looked at the two fire areas, see if you got to throw it in the fire. And didn't really do too much. It was getting that episode was getting kind of extended, so I didn't want to just keep going and going and going. And I was just going to leave it up to you guys to decide if you wanted to try to find the area. But there it is. There's the answer to that. It was this big tree, and then I had noticed that little lit area when we came running in here like that, and I was like, that looks a little bit lit up. So I was thinking last night, I wasn't going to do it again last night. I was like, I'm going to finish watching this one, make sure they're all good, and then I'm just going to go to bed. It was starting to get kind of late, and I'll just check it out tomorrow. So yeah, I came in here now this morning, and I decided I'd go ahead and record just in case it was what it was, and that's what it was. So, and it ended up being a sword. But anyways, there is all the puzzles I think solved in the game or in the mod, and the mod finished with all the possible endings, I guess. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this as much as I did. I had a lot of fun playing through it. Had a couple little rough parts there. Again, just some of those ghosts were pretty brutal, but it wasn't too bad actually. A lot of it is this build isn't really intended too much for close quarter combat like that. She's only using flesh spells, so you don't even get capped armor. And without capped armor, with all this, I'm running ultimate combat, revenge of the enemies, wildcat, and on legendary. If you're going to be running all that, and you're going to be doing melee stuff, you should probably have capped armor. So, but yeah, she's using flesh spells. So, yeah, that was probably the main issue. Was just a few of those ghosts, and we had one crash. So, and I'm positive the crash wasn't because of the mod itself at all. Like I said, this character it's pushing 30 hours now, but it's had maybe 5 or 6 crashes that whole time. I mean, that's still 5 or 6 in 30 hours is, I guess, not too bad. Every few hours there's a crash, but that other profile was 40 some without a crash at all. So hopefully that test I'm doing on this other character is exactly the same as this one. I built the same thing, same mod, same everything, but just left off the uncapper, and I'll see if that one has any kind of issue with crashes. But yeah, other than that, the mod was it was fun. I don't know what's up with the books. If I wasn't using the mod Unread Books Glow, you probably wouldn't even notice that those books had been unread. And if it is meant to be that you can't pull those books off, you would just pan your crosshair over that and be like, oh, I guess I can't, read these books, and it wouldn't think twice of it. But the fact that I'm running Unread Books Glow, I put that mod on because I was doing the Dragon Legacy of the Dragonborn. Like I said, I finally got around to playing that mod, and I'm having a lot of fun with that mod. But there's a lot of books that you get for the museum, so I figured I'd go ahead and put that. I remember seeing something on that months and months and months ago about unread books and how they glow, and I was like, I remember that mod, so I went and put it on here on this. But if I wasn't running that and all those books weren't glowing, I don't think it would bother me just as bad. But those books glowing and knowing that they're unread and I can't get the cursor over them, I don't know if that's deliberate or if it's something with my setup here. Something is not right. But other than that, that is foreseeably the only problem is all those books that I couldn't read and pull off the shelves. It doesn't seem like any of them were needed. There was no clues or no anything that I could tell that we missed from those because we were able to get through the mod just fine without it. Yeah, so go ahead and give this mod a try. I think you'll enjoy it. It's pretty fun. It's got a lot of cool areas, just really dark and oceany and piratey almost, and of course the Norse stuff and with Odin and all that, and it's pretty cool. I'm definitely going to give a try and go ahead and spawn in Ran, which I don't see why it wouldn't be possible, and use like EFF or AFT and just force recruit her while you have Jocelyn, and then you don't have to kill Jocelyn, and you could actually just use both of them if you wanted as a followers. But I don't see why that wouldn't work. But yeah, there you guys have it, guys. Hopefully this should be the last episode on this one now. That was the last thing that I could think of that it had been left unfinished, basically, was this piece of wood we got from those girls, and that's what it was this big tree right there. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed all this, and I hope to see you in the next series. Well guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please smash that like button and also consider hitting that subscribe button. Again, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in future episodes.